I've had the fortune of sampling many Mercedes cars in my career, but none quite as big as this. This is the Mercedes GLS 450. Now, Mercedes would like you to think of the GLS as the S-Class of its SUVs, and it has pretty much the footprint of the S-Class. In nose to tail is about 5.1 meters long, and it's nearly 2 meters wide. And if you're not as tall as Yao Ming or Peter Crouch, don't expect to be able to clean the glass roof at the top without standing on a stool, because it's about 185 centimeters tall. The wheelbase alone, more than 3 meters. And if you drive a Proton X70 and you think that your 19-inch wheels are expensive to replace tires, well, these guys, 22 inches. Now, the main reason why it's so big is because, of course, 3 rows of seats, 7 seats in total. It's supposed to be huge, practical, spacious inside. How spacious? Let's have a look. Now, when you call something the S-Class of SUVs, expectations are going to be high in terms of whether it's as comfortable to be in as an S-Class. And in terms of space, I think that claim is pretty spot on. The wheelbase of this GLS is about 60 millimeters longer than before. So as a result, plenty of legroom, and again, very high ceiling, so abundant headroom. This itself is like a business class seat on a plane. You can adjust a bunch of things like the multimedia, you can even navigate for the driver, and in terms of comfort, of course you can adjust the seating, the air conditioning, ambient lighting, and even the sun blinds. Talking about the seating, of course we have to be, maybe just like in an airplane, we have to be a bit conscious of those seated at the back. So even if I push the seats all the way to the front with the driver's seat in the driver's position, there's still plenty of legroom. So yeah, in terms of space, absolutely good. And if you're in Malaysia, it's a bit hot, you want to wind down, you can just close everything. More privacy, more comfort. Nice, isn't it? Now, whether you are trying to bring this seat forward to come to the back, or trying to fold the last row down to make more space for a bigger cargo, everything is electrically controlled. Not that we expect any less from the S-Class of SUVs. So it's very easy, very simple, very effortless. And in terms of the seats in the back, although not quite as spacious as like a full-fledged MPV, like say an Alphard, it's still pretty comfortable. I have enough room here, and more importantly, behind me there is still a usable boot. If you just want cargo and you don't need to carry any passengers, you can fold everything down for 2,400 liters of space. So yeah, it's a pretty expensive car, but you get quite a lot of car and quite a lot of space for the money. So I know you're wondering, how much does all of this cost? Well, just about 900,000 ringgit, which is a bit more expensive than the BMW X7, but that's locally assembled. For the money, you get a 3-litre straight-six turbo that makes 367 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque, which is largely the same as what you get in the GLE 450, plus the size and the bragging rights of having the S-Class of Mercedes-Benz SUVs. For the full driving impressions, do read our review on topgear.com.my or the digital edition of TopGear Malaysia. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye!